And now here they are, the most daredevil group of wacky drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the wacky races. Man, that was difficult to say. You try saying that 3 times over. So here we are, of course, 90s nostalgia, Wacky's races, not so 90s nostalgia, because this began airing in '68, I believe, and finished in 1970, the original episodes. Of course, it actually still, I think, runs on TV today. Wacky Races is awesome. I'm sure that everybody has seen Wacky Races, whether you grew up in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, or now. I most likely think everyone's seen Wacky Races. So really, I could just end this video now and we could discuss Wacky Races because you don't need to know what it's about. But we won't do that because it won't make for a very good video. So we will have a summary of Wacky Races if you haven't seen it, but you should have. We've got, you know, this bunch of really crazy cars, and they kind of match the person. They kind of match the person who's driving it. The car kind of, you know, imitates the personality of the person. Some of them are really, really funny and really weird. Some of them have really little gadgets going on, and it's great. The cars, you know, is definitely a fun part. I'm glad they made the cars so interesting, or I don't think this would have been what it is. Oh, it is a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, so of course we can expect greatness anyway. But basically our main characters are Dick Dastardly and Muttley, who actually I think had a spin-off show. If anyone remembers what that's called, let me know down below. But yeah, they are kind of like the bad guys, and they always try to sabotage the race. But basically, you know, it's just a group of cars racing, and that's the episode kind of thing. And obviously they're always doing different races, and different things happen, and different obstacles all occur. But most of the time, Dick Dastardly and Muttley set up a trap to try and, you know, make the others lose. But sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out in their favour, because by the time they're setting up a trap, they're wasting time. They were ahead, set up a trap, wasted loads of time, and then people get ahead. So really, you know, we just never really, always didn't work out for them too much. But anyway, they are trying to sabotage the race, and all these other crazy races are trying to, you know, win. Now, my favourite was always Penelope Pitstop. I think a lot of girls' favourites was her. Like, she had this pink car, and it had this little gadget that put lipstick on it, and it was just awesome. I just thought that was great, and I loved her, and she was just my favourite. I always wanted her to win. I was like, yes, Penelope Pitstop! And yeah, so she was my absolute favourite. I don't know who your favourite was. You'll have to let me know in the comments below who your favourite Wacky racer was, because I'm sure everyone will have one. Like I say, we've all probably seen it. My other favourite was, I don't exactly know what they're called, and it was these little hairy cavemen guys who had the clubs. They'd always like whacking each other, and they had this little, yeah, they were funny too. I did like them. But you know, actually I really liked Dick Dastardly and Muttley. The dog is Muttley, and he always used to do this really funny laugh, and I'm not going to try it because I can't do it. But yeah, it was a really funny little sniggery laugh. If anybody can do that, that'd be really awesome, but I can't imitate that laugh. But it was funny and it was great. But yeah, I'm sure they had a spin-off show. I will search that up, and if I figure out what it is, I'll put a picture here. But yeah, I love Wacky Races, and I've actually got a DVD of Wacky Races, like volume 1 or 2 or something, with some episodes on still today, and it's just great. I remember recording it off Cartoon Network onto a VHS and watching them over and over and over. It was just, I don't know what it was about it. It's really not that exciting, but it's just, there's something about it that makes it so exciting, like you're watching a car race pretty much, but it's just a crazy, crazy car race. So yeah, that's pretty much Wacky Races, you know. It's a very old show now, but I think people are still loving it today. Like I said, I was a 90s kid. I watched it all the time, not knowing at the time that it wasn't a new show. I didn't know that it was really old. I was just watching it, loving it. But yeah, so I definitely recommend Wacky Races. If you've never seen it, I think there's a few episodes here on the YouTubes, or you know, you can probably watch the intro, which is pretty cool. The intro is quite clever. It introduces each car and each character, and of course it has the little beginning bit, which I did. I could not memorise that whole thing, and plus you guys would have got bored if I did probably. But yeah, it introduces each characters in each car, so you always know who's who, which is always good for little kids anyway. You're like, oh yeah, this is this one, and this is this one, and it's just great. But yeah, so overall, loved Wacky Races. Definitely one of my favourites of the 90s and growing up. Like I say, it's not a 90s show, but it was on a lot in the 90s, I can guarantee you that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you watched Wacky Races when you were younger, and when it was that you watched it, or where you watched it. And definitely let me know who your favouriteest, that's not even a word, who your favourite Wacky Race character is. Yes. Mine is Penelope Pitstop, so if you agree with me, give this video a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs up for Wacky Races anyway. Yeah, so don't forget to comment below, subscribe if you haven't already or if you're new, because we've got many more things on the way and there has been many more 90s nostalgia videos. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This is just a little short video because what more is there to say about Wacky Races? It's just awesomeness. So thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye! And now here they are, the most daredevil drivers of Wacky Races. No. And now here they are, the most daredevil drivers of Wacky